You're not going to believe what's happening to retirees in Canada right now. Because while everyone's still arguing about interest rates and housing prices, according to StatsCan, seniors are quietly getting wiped out. Food prices up, rent up, savings gone, and now hundreds of thousands are back at work. Not for purpose, for survival, fast food restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, not a second career. A financial freefall.
A stark warning tonight about seniors in this country. Poverty rates among people over age 65 are on the rise.
Right now, over 400,000 Canadians over 65 are in the workforce. That number, double what it was 2 decades ago. And it's still rising month after month. 1 in 3 new jobs in Canada last month went to workers over 55. This isn't some niche issue. It's the fastest growing labor force in the country. Inflation isn't slowing down. Pensions are disappearing. And the safety net, it's got holes big enough to fall through.
An international think tank looked at the pension systems of 34 countries and found while other nations are working towards improving seniors' incomes, Canada isn't. Our system is failing them.
Best case, after working 40 years, the system hands you $1,500 a month. Then it hands you a rent bill for $2,300.
70-year-old Ray Burgess volunteers, taking food to seniors at home. But he's in need too. After rent, there simply isn't enough money left over. So he gets some meals at the Good Neighbors Club.
I'm lucky I have the club because I have something to eat here. But at home there, I don't have that much.
Very often it is rent or food.
And the situation for seniors in Canada is getting worse.
You're $800 in the red. Before you even buy groceries, that's not retirement. That's slow motion eviction. So here's the real question. If this is what retirement looks like now, what happens when 9.8 million boomers hit the wall by 2030? Because this isn't just their crisis, it's a ticking time bomb with the pin half pulled, and it's headed straight for you. First, in this video, we'll explore who's already getting hit, not hypotheticals, real Canadians, real consequences, from retirees stacking shifts just to pay rent, to families watching their parents' retirement plans vanish overnight. Second, the 3 warning signs no one talks about, because by the time it shows up in the headlines, it's already too late for most people to react. You'll see what's quietly accelerating under the surface and how fast it's spreading across the country. Third, the hidden trigger buried in the numbers. It's not inflation, it's not housing, it's a policy shift that's already bleeding Canadians dry without them noticing. It's why pension payouts are shrinking, why retirements that should have lasted 20 years are collapsing in 5. One StatsCan number proves it, and once you see it, you'll know exactly who's next. This didn't just break the system. It already wiped out thousands of Canadians who thought they were safe. And the worst part, no one's coming to fix it. Corporate boards rewrote the rules. Government regulators looked the other way. Executives walked away with millions, while the workers who built those companies got bills, not checks. This wasn't an accident. It was a slow legal siphoning, signed off at every level. Because if you rewind the clock, retirement used to be predictable. You worked for 40 years, you paid into your pension, you collected your CPP and old age security. You had something left over, but that formula, it's buried 6 feet under. Today, nearly 1 in 3 baby boomers have no private savings.
Mary Fury is not where she thought she'd be at 70 years old. After working all her life, she's now living with her son because she could no longer afford home repairs.
I realized that I had to put on a new step, and I just couldn't afford to do it. So I knew then that the only choice I had was to sell the house because I couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep it up.
Half of them have less than $5,000 in RRSPs or TFSAs. These are people who did everything right. They showed up, they contributed, they trusted the system. But here's the hard truth most Canadians haven't seen yet. Even if you played by every rule, you're still not safe, because the system wasn't built to last this long. Let's talk about pensions. In the 1990s, 1 in 2 Canadians had access to a defined benefit pension, guaranteed income for life. Today, it's closer to 1 in 5, and even those pensions, they're being drained legally. With full government permission, Sears, Nortel, Air Canada, Hudson's Bay, decades of contributions gone. In 2017, when Sears Canada filed for bankruptcy, 16,000 employees lost access to over $270 million in pension funds. Executives walked away with $9.2 million in bonuses. The workers got letters in the mail, and that's not an isolated case. Nortel's 22,000 retirees were left in limbo for over a decade. In 2025, Hudson's Bay laid off 8,000 workers. No severance, no retiree benefits, no pension protection. These aren't rumors, they're headlines. And if you think CPP and old age security will save you, let's look at the numbers. Average CPP payout, $760 per month. Old age security, $713 per month if you qualify fully. So best case, you're bringing in about $1,500 a month. But rent on a one-bedroom in Toronto, $2,300. You're already $800 in the red, before groceries, before meds, before gas or transit. This is why more seniors are showing up at food banks than ever before.
Some new numbers on poverty in Canada come with a stark warning. If more isn't done, the food bank system nationwide could collapse.
Why credit card debt among seniors has hit $108 billion, the highest in Canadian history. Why 1 in 5 seniors now lives below the poverty line. This isn't just a personal crisis, it's a systemic collapse happening in real time. And yet, you won't hear any of this on the evening news because Canada's retirement system still looks stable until you check the expiry date.
Their costs soar and incomes stagnate.
Our poverty line is $25,700 and something, and a lot of seniors don't even match that.
For low-income seniors, the math doesn't quite add up. The Canada Pension Plan, or CPP amount, depends on how long someone has worked, but old age security maxes out at $707 a month and peaks at $778 for those 75 and older on lower income. With guaranteed income supplement, the total tops out at $1,057.
And by 2030, that's when 9.8 million boomers hit the wall. Let's zoom out. The old retirement model had 3 legs: personal savings being eaten by inflation, government support never kept up with costs, and employer pensions, legally gutted, were now standing on splinters. And the collapse doesn't just hurt boomers, it hits their kids too, the ones becoming caregivers, co-signers, or landlords to their own parents. 43% of millennials have already cut back hours or passed on promotions to take care of aging parents. That's hundreds of thousands of lost income and missed opportunity, all while stress is quietly climbing through the roof. And still, the government calls this retirement. Next, you'll see the silent signals that this isn't just a warning. It's already spreading, and in about 60 seconds, I'll show you the 3 numbers that flip this entire story on its head. But first, before you see it, I want you to feel it. Imagine a lifeboat during a storm. The people in it, they're supposed to be the safest, pulled out of the water first, but this time, they're the ones being tossed overboard, while everyone else scrambles to stay dry. That's what's happening in Canada right now. The generation that was supposed to be the most secure is the first to go under. Let's break down the 3 silent warning signs already spreading across Canada. First, seniors in Canada now hold $108 billion in consumer debt. That's the highest in history. Second, 1 in 5 is already living in poverty, and some aren't living anywhere at all. Right now across Canada, elderly retirees are sleeping in cars, couch surfing, even lining up at shelters because their pension doesn't even cover rent. This isn't a bad year, it's collapse. Third, for the first time ever, boomers now lead the country in bankruptcies, and it's already ripping through families who thought they were safe. If it hasn't hit yours yet, it will. Boomers aren't suffering alone. Their kids already paying the price, silently, brutally, with no support right now across Canada. Nearly half of working-age millennials are quietly sacrificing career growth, not for lifestyle, but to care for aging parents. The system left behind, not for balance, for survival. Some turned down raises, some gave up promotions, others walked away from careers completely. Why? Not to chase dreams, to care for aging parents the system abandoned. That's not just stress, that's money, gone. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, vanished. Retirement savings, wiped out. Career momentum, dead. Health benefits, gone too. They're raising toddlers while filling pill boxes and balancing 2 generations on a single paycheck. They call them the sandwich generation, but that's wrong. This isn't about being in the middle, it's about getting crushed from both sides. Boomers can't afford long-term care. Millennials can't afford to quit, so they both lose every day together. And Gen Z, they're watching it all burn, knowing they're next, because this isn't just about pensions. It's not just about retirement. It's about families. It's about the middle class. And it's already breaking. Let's stop pretending this was a mistake. It wasn't. This collapse, it was built, engineered over decades. Corporate Canada didn't want to pay retirement anymore, so they rewrote the rules line by line, loophole by loophole. They called it modernization, but it was demolition. The old pensions, destroyed, replaced with defined contributions, market-based, risk-loaded, dressed up as freedom. All the uncertainty dumped on the worker, all the profit pocketed by the boardroom. Then came the legal gymnastics, skipping payments, underfunding accounts, reorganizing payouts on paper. And the government looked the other way again and again. No audits, no penalties, no accountability. Executives cashed out stock options, collected bonuses, floated off with golden parachutes. Meanwhile, workers got envelopes telling them their pensions were gone. Diane MacDonald worked 36 years at Sears. She was promised a full pension, but when the company collapsed, she lost 20% overnight, plus her health benefits. She now lives on less than $1,200 a month and told CBC, "I did everything right. Now I can't afford my prescriptions." That's not a glitch. That's the blueprint. Sears, Nortel, Hudson's Bay, Air Canada, different logos, same betrayal. 16,000 Sears workers lost over $270 million in pensions. While execs walked away with $9.2 million in bonuses, Nortel left 22,000 retirees in limbo for more than a decade, just waiting, begging for a fraction of what they earned. And in 2025, Hudson's Bay laid off 8,000 people, no severance, no retiree benefits, no pension protection, all of it perfectly legal. This isn't a one-time scandal. This is Canada's retirement plan now. Work 40 years, contribute every paycheck, play by every rule, and still lose everything. Because the system was never built to protect you. It was built to protect itself. And for decades, that didn't matter because you had one thing left to fall back on: your house, homes. For most Canadians, they're more than shelter. They're the only thing keeping retirement from collapsing entirely. They're the plan, the lifeboat, the last line of defense. But here's the hard truth. Property values are shifting, interest rates are climbing, and those who wait, who hesitate, they're risking everything they thought was safe. Imagine this. You've spent decades building your home, paying down your mortgage, adding upgrades, investing sweat equity, and now your safety net is fragile. Your plan is exposed. Every month you wait, inflation eats more, property taxes climb, maintenance costs rise, small decisions add up. And when the market shifts, suddenly your retirement isn't enough. You don't have to feel helpless. You don't have to gamble. There are strategies, proven moves, simple steps that make a measurable difference. Ways to protect your home, increase its value, prepare for the unexpected. I put together a free guide, a playbook. 7 actionable ways to boost your home's value in a changing market without over-renovating, without guessing every decision. These are the same strategies used by sellers walking away with 5 to 10% more. This isn't about selling tomorrow. It's about planning smarter, about controlling the only asset you truly own, about making sure when the time comes, you're ready, not scrambling, not losing ground. Because here's the thing. In a system where pensions fail, government benefits lag, and retirement accounts vanish, your home is more than a house. It's security, it's leverage, it's freedom, and the people who act first, they win. The people who wait, they pay, they get left behind, struggling, forced to make hard choices. While life doesn't pause, the question is, which side do you want to be on? The side taking control or the side hoping nothing breaks? Because the time to act is now, before the market shifts, before your neighbors start cashing out, before opportunity passes. Click the link below, get the free seller guide, 7 steps, 5 to 10% more. No pressure, no gimmicks, just the plan, your plan, before it's too late.